Hey, welcome to a Faith Filled Minute with Drea. So, this is If My People, Volume 3. If My People, Volume 3. Please go check out my page to see Volumes 1 and 2 of this installment. It will bless your life. So, we're examining 2nd Chronicles 7:14. It says, If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves, pray, seek my face, turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven. I'll forgive their sins and I will heal their land. I think it's appropriate and even integral to look at the preceding verse in order to get real context of this verse. In 2nd Chronicles 7:13, God says, if I shut up heaven and I send no rain, if I send locusts, if I send pestilence, what he says is, if all of that happens, if you all sin and you fall short, he says, if you find yourself in a sticky situation that you can't dig yourself out of, he says, then if my people who are called by my name, etc., etc. And so that lets me know that is grace at work. This whole verse is God's grace, is God's mercy. It's God saying, hey, I provided a way of escape, right? I love God because there's always a way of escape. We are not relegated to just our pitiful and poor circumstances, right? That's why we have Jesus. He's our great mediator. And also, it says, then I will hear from heaven and I will heal their land. And so that lets me know that our hearing is directly connected to our healing. The fact that we're able to hear from heaven, right? And so, the first the natural, then the spiritual. When babies are small, they go through a series of shots and tests. One of those is a hearing test. And basically, what doctors are examining your auditory skills to make sure you can hear properly, the proper decibels and things like that, because hearing is connected to how your brain develops. It's directly connected to communication skills, right? And language and all those things is so important for development. So if it's that important, if hearing is so pivotal in our development, could you imagine how that's measured spiritually if we're not hearing properly? So, what am I saying? I'm saying, listen, make sure that you have positioned yourself to hear from heaven. God has specific instructions for specific circumstances and situations, and you need instructions. You need to hear from heaven because your healing is on the other side of your hearing. Amen. If my people. As always, click like, click share. I love you and stay up in your faith.